Welcome back, my Titans. Today is a very special day. So many things to announce, so many things to say. But today, we're going to continue the story by one of our own, Akgalaxy. Many of you, a lot of you, enjoyed his story. So, I suggest we continue on, just like you suggested. But before that, I am here to announce we today have a Patreon to help, but not just the channel, but the project as well. Everything that you put forward to will be more than welcome. No matter how small or big, you will always be a Titan in my eyes. There are special, very special things you get, and some things I'll even do as surprises. Now, the Patreon link will be linked down below. For all those that do sign up in the first month, I will personally get you a role in the next what if stories that you want to create and be part of. Your stories will be, well, put on the channel. That's for those who sign up in the first month. You also get something special. Something that you'll get to hold. I guarantee that. Now on to the story. Last time we left off, Naruto was just waking up, surprised at how long he was asleep. I passed out for 1 week and 2 days, huh? And I was adopted by Kakashi-san? Yes, he's been asleep for that long. How in the world did that happen? His incredulous state, however, was broken when his stomach grumbled, telling him that he was hungry, very hungry, judging from the racket it was making. Despite his weakened condition, he painfully forced his body to get off his bed. Despite the cracking of locked joints and sleeping muscles, he lumbered over to the bathroom and relieved himself before taking a cold shower. He braced himself for the sudden rush of cold water. To his surprise, the water was surprisingly warm. So he lavished in the filling and took some time to get rid of the sweat and grime that he accumulated due to his time of sleep in his coma. He got out the shower, muscles no longer sore, and totally relaxed. He walked to the sink to brush his teeth, but when he saw his reflection in the mirror, his jaw dropped at the sight before him. "What the heck happened to me?" he shouted in surprise and awe, and slight fear at what was before him. Kakashi wakes up from his sleep because of Naruto's shock. He rushes over at Naruto and he sees what he was surprised. Naruto's new aesthetic physique and taller but more muscular. He was worried. A very worried look. Kakashi knows the fact that Naruto was short and malnourished state. He was thinking that the Kiwi in him is starting to take him over. Naruto did not see Kakashi, and while Kakashi prepares the breakfast for Naruto, he goes out and he then reports to Hiruzen that Naruto was okay. He also says something different was happening to Naruto's physical body. Lord Third Summer. Yes, Kakashi-san. And how's Naruto right now? Is he okay? He's okay. But something, but I have something to report to you about Naruto's physical body. How about it? After Naruto woke up from his furious sleep, his physical body suddenly changed, and he was a lot taller. Sir, it might be the QB inside of him. He might be starting to take him over. Kakashi, please monitor Naruto, if that's the case. By the way, Kakashi, did you report it to Minato? No, sir. We both know Minato and Kushina didn't care about Naruto. They only did to the boy. The only thing they did to the boy was give him an apartment, ample protection, and make his life hell. That's why I went and adopted him. That's why I adopted Naruto. Just monitor Naruto for now, and I will assign a doctor to him as his personal doctor. From Naruto's point of view, he was surprised that his short and malnourished state was replaced by an athlete, noticeably better for someone his age, as if he was eating healthy and exercising his whole life. He was considered as the runt, being the shortest of his age group, but now he was standing at least 5'1". Very tall for his age group. He also noticed that his body is no longer displaying skin and bones. No. Muscles lined his body, and quite evident every time he flexed and stretched. Replacing his skinny, thin frame was a chiseled body that could easily make an athlete green with envy. He is now sporting a well-chiseled chest, ripped six-pack abs. His biceps and triceps were well defined, even for someone his age. To be honest, he was happy, but he remembered something about his last dream, his red figure. Something clicks in Naruto's mind. He has a universal understanding that he was a god. He's not a human anymore. He is ripped, and he loved it. He forgone his usual orange jumpsuit since it no longer fit his new frame. He opted instead for a black shirt and gray baggy pants that the third Hokage gifted to him last year, but he didn't wear it since he could never forgive himself. Checking himself in the mirror and found everything to his liking, he went to the kitchen. He saw the food prepared by Kakashi and read the note from Kakashi. Naruto, I am late on my Alu duties, and since I saw you already woke up, Naruto, please sign these adoption forms. I'm sorry for what I did, not protecting you enough from the mob and the ninja. Thank you, and see you later. Kakashi. Naruto was pleased. Someone was caring for him for the first time. And he signed the adoption papers without even thinking an extra second before going out. Naruto reached his training group deep in the forest that surrounded Konoha. It wasn't as if Naruto wasn't allowed to use these training grounds that littered the village. He just wanted his training to be kept secret from the Konoha public. Upon arriving at his favorite training ground, he decided to think about what happened to his body. Aside from the obvious physical improvements, it seems that his senses and reflexes were improved as well. Deciding it best to test out his body through training, he started with a few laps around the training ground to check his physical limits. He noticed that his speed has improved as well as his stamina. When he reached his usual 5-lap limit at top speed without getting winded, he increased his pace and proceeded to just run until he got tired. He moved through the trees like a blur, avoiding upturned roots, occasional rabbits, and squirrels, even jumping from one branch to another just for the fun of it, all at top speed, which was 10 times as fast as he used to have. It took him a total of 3.5 hours before he got tired enough to stop, which was an amazing feat in himself. He dropped down on the grass and stared at the clouds, while pondering the sudden improvements on his body. He already tested out his speed and stamina, so the only thing left is his strength. He spent a few more minutes resting his muscles before standing up and moving to one of the bigger trees in the clearing. He relaxed with a few deep breaths before going into a basic taijutsu stance, and took a deep breath before releasing a powerful fist towards the trunk. The results shocked him. His fist met the trunk and pulverized the first few inches of it. At the strength he released, he didn't even feel any pain. His knuckles didn't even have a scratch, which was another shock for himself, since his healing wasn't even that fast to begin with, and he usually suffered from mild ache after releasing a strong punch on a tree or a training dummy. He continued to push the tree in earnest, increasing his strength until he reached its limit. After 30 minutes of punching, the tree that he was practicing on finally gave way and fell, releasing a loud crash that echoed throughout the clearing. Naruto was shocked at the power of his punches. He looked at his knuckles, comically, then at the tree, then back at his knuckles. It's dinner time. Naruto and Kakashi feast on beefsteak, which Kakashi cooks by himself. Later that night, Naruto went to his room and he sleeps. Later that night, Naruto was dragged into his Mindscape. He meets Hagoromo Otsutsuki, the Sage of Six Paths, and Hamura Otsutsuki, all tailed beasts, but one in the cage, and they introduced themselves to Naruto. Hagoromo Otsutsuki: I'm Hagoromo, the Sage of Six Paths. I'm the ancestor of the Hyuga clan and the Sage of Six Paths of the Moon. I'm Shukaku, the one-tailed. I'm Atabi, the two-tails. I'm Iswa, the three-tails. I'm Son Goku, the four-tails. I'm Kakua, the five-tails. Saiken, the six-tails. Chome, the seven-tails. Gikue, the eight-tails. Kurama, the nine-tails. I'm Naruto Hatake. It's nice to meet you all. Naruto, the tailed beast, and Hamura fist bump and connect their chakra. Naruto and Hagoromo do the double high five. Naruto has the sun seal, right hand, moon seal, left hand on his palms, and connecting their chakra. 3 months later, he masters his infinity chakra. He trains and mastered it. His 6 chakras: reality chakra, soul chakra, mind chakra, time chakra, space chakra, and power chakra. Naruto used his power chakra on Kurama's cage, releasing him. Naruto was 8.5 years old. He was fully aware that he was a god. Hagoromo, Hamura, and the 8 other tailed beasts give 100% of their chakra to Naruto. Therefore, Naruto is able to unlock Sage of Six Paths mode, Kamigun, on his right eye, and the Rinne Tenseigan on his left eye. When Naruto was 8 years old, Naruto trains his human chakra in the real world, but in his dimension, which time, space, physics, and reality were defied. The only place he can go all out, Naruto trains his tailed beast mode, KCM 1, 6 paths of sage mode, the Kamigen, the Rinai Tenseigan, and the Infinity Chakra. But he can't combine all his Infinity Chakra yet, and Hagoromo and Hammer and Tailed Beast teaches him their abilities. Naruto is interested and inspired in creating life. In doing so, creates the 10 tails, using 1% of each tailed beast chakra and the soul stone, while also using the power chakra. Using the soul chakra and also using the power chakra, he duplicated it 100 times of the chakra of all the tailed beasts that was given to him. Without the needing the Gegetto statue and returning the 1% chakra to the tailed beast, Naruto named his 10-tailed Ataru, the 10-tailed werewolf. Ataru can shapeshift into his tailed beast form and his human form. Ataru's appearance on his tailed beast form is a titanic in size. 10-tailed werewolf with a muscular built humanoid body. He had black fur with glowing blue tiger-like stripes, dark gray fluffy and overgrown fur from his area chest to the stomach, and his eyes were glowing metallic blue with wolf slits. He can shapeshift into a 9-foot-tall version of his tailed beast form. He can hide his other 9 tails, or he can grow it and show it. While his human form has a muscular build and Naruto's height and weight for his age, his hair was messy, and black hair and blue singular stripe. With a blue singular stripe, his skin color is similar to Naruto's skin color. Though he is very handsome, his IQ was around 215. In his human form, he looks like Naruto's age and height, but in reality, he was only 1 year old. Naruto told Kakashi and Hiruzen of his power, and Naruto transported them into his dimension and showed them his full power for a brief moment, which surprised Kakashi and Hiruzen. Naruto was indeed a god. Also, he told Kakashi and Hiruzen what Ataru was, his creation, son, and he was a tailed beast. He was above Kurama's 100% power, and Kakashi, without a second thought, adopted Ataru. He lives with Naruto and Kakashi, but Naruto treats Ataru as his younger brother. Same with Ataru, he treats Naruto as his elder brother. And that will be it for today. There's a lot more to go over. Akgalaxy, you have a beautiful story, and I am loving it. It is spectacular. The next chapter we're going to go on, well, let's just say, Naruto has some planning to do. I really am enjoying this story, and I hope you all are enjoying your brother's story as well. Akgalaxy, I hope you continue on with the chapters. This story is going to be a weekly thing, if not a 3-day thing. I hope you enjoyed this time. I also forgot to mention one more thing. For those that sign up for the Patreon, every 2 months, for those who have 3 months, for those who have signed up constantly for 3 months, you'll be given a free wearable t-shirt, band, or a cup of your choice and design. Doesn't matter how much you give, everything will be used for the channel. The reason I'm asking for your help is because I have something in mind for y'all. I want to hire an animator to animate your favorite What If series on the channel. So if you're willing, I will be more than glad to have your assistance. And after every video, your names will be placed, and I will be thanking all of you that do sign up every single video, no matter how many there are. You'll be rolled in the after credits and thanked as the mighty titans you are. So until next time, my brothers and sisters, always remember, we are family. We are titans. Rise with the king. Rise with Bahamut. Peace.
Remy boys, let's go.